time and wants to do it, but he is interested in doing it because he wants to trade against decentralized exchanges. So we hope he will finish it someday.
In terms of advancing functionality, the way the project works is that someone shows up in the community looking for something. If it's not there yet, if it's not built, then maybe that someone can start working in that direction, and other people will also be interested, so they start collaborating and they end up integrating new features.
And there are also a few developers that don't have any specific direction in mind, and when they see somebody coming and asking for something, maybe they like the idea and they go and implement it. There are cases like this too. In my particular case, I go in the direction where I think I'm interested in. Okay? And the direction was what I was explaining before. Make this a coordination tool. For some people that might have little sense. But well, that's their problem. I want to code this, and it's my time. So I spend my time however I want. And the same for anybody else. Nobody is forcing anybody to do anything. If you're a developer and you can code something and you're interested, I don't know, in reinforcement learning, okay? Because that's your passion. And you don't care about the rest of the stuff. You want to do this, okay? Fair enough, do it. There is a group of people interested in that. Go and talk to them, coordinate yourself with them, and go and do it. It's really quite open and quite permissionless in that sense. If you want to spend your time and your energy doing something for the project, nobody's going to come and say, no, you cannot do that, unless it's something that is obviously scamming, okay? If you want to steal the keys from other people, obviously nobody wants that, okay? But if you have any random idea and you say, I can do it, or I will figure it out, or I will find someone to help me to do it, the project guarantees you that nobody's going to tell you, no, you cannot do that because I don't like it. Because I'm the founder and I don't like you, or I don't like what you want to do. You want to do high frequency trading, the project doesn't have it. And you think you can pull it out? Go ahead, perfect. Go for it. This is the philosophy of the project, okay? More questions?
So, I mean, I'm there in the tutorial, and it also states that it can run it on the Raspberry Pi. So how many resources does it really take for, let's say you run the thing for a week on 15 different strategies, and can you run it on a small device too?
Yeah, there's people running things on Raspberry Pi, probably Carl. The resources is depending on what you're doing. This is more or less the philosophy of an operating system. Windows is not going to tell you how many apps you want to open. But depending on your laptop, you may open 100 apps and then your laptop doesn't work anymore. Okay, but maybe in my laptop I can open 500 apps. Okay?
Yeah, so sure, but for such a normal workload, I don't know. How many strategies do you run on your Raspberry Pi?
For me to feel comfortable and feel safe, my Raspberry Pi is doing fine. I'm doing about 8 markets.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think the most intensive processing comes from the data mining part of the project, because the trading bot itself is running upon information that is already quite digested. Okay? So data mining is about digesting information. You have raw information that is candle data, and from there everything else is built. Okay? So we are streaming or downloading from a stream of 1 minute candles, and everything else is built. From 1 minute candles, we build 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 24 minutes candles. And from there, we build Bollinger Bands. And from there, we build whatever custom indicator people build. So the more data processing you have in your stack, the most intensive is the work. But the strategy itself is feeding itself from information that is quite digested by the data miner. So that's why you might consider for these small devices how many information you want to digest, because that's the core of the processing. Evaluating if the condition is there or not is kind of...
Sure, I was just thinking, I don't know in which language it's implemented here, but if it's a JVM language, then you have to run the JVM too, so it already takes 700 MBs, and you know what I mean? There are all these overheads,
Most
the
of the
basic
things
ones
is,
that I don't know.
except machine learning,
Yeah.
that is in Python, most is JavaScript, Node.js.
Oh.
And another core aspect of the architecture that you will see when you keep going in the tutorial is that you can also have a network of machines that is coordinated all from the same interface. So you can deploy tasks on different machines, and the trading strategies in one machine can feed from the data processing that you're doing.
Yes, essentially, the idea was to give you the power to run a trading operation at an industrial scale, like a mining operation with thousands of computers. If you have enough money and you want to buy 1,000 computers, you already, with the software that is working now, that is free and open source, you can install the same software in 1,000 computers and coordinate it, and they will run in a coordinated way, even for data processing, but also for trading. Well, what it means? Maybe you are downloading the markets in 10 machines, okay, from 100 markets, okay? And then other machines, you have them to build indicators on top of that. You build different layers of indicators. Then you use 20 more machines for that. Then you use, I don't know, 20 more machines for running the trading strategies, okay, that use those indicators. So everything is already done in a way that you can deploy it in multiple machines and scale it horizontally as much as you want. Probably if you go and do it with a 100 machine tomorrow, you will start getting a lot of bugs, because I'm not sure somebody put 100 machine yet, okay? But the software is there, it's already there.
My question is that in commercial version of this software, they have a marketplace which somebody implement a strategy and try to sell it. How can you implement in your system?
We don't have a marketplace yet. The idea that we have is more contributing strategies. The idea is turning the thing like flipping it in a different way. Instead of you creating a strategy and then selling it, the proposal, or the basic proposal, at least for today, is that you implement the strategy and you contribute it to the project and you get tokens from the project. So eventually, if the tokens get some value, then that's your profit. Okay? So we're trying to align everybody in the same direction. That doesn't mean that it could not have a marketplace eventually, but for that somebody has to come and say, I'm going to build or code a marketplace for selling stuff.
And also one business model that you can use right now with the network features that are being tested, so maybe not right now, but they are in testing, is, for instance, subscription services. If you are running the strategy, you can eventually maybe sell a subscription service for people to follow your strategy, right? So that they will get the signals from you, and you will not need to reveal your strategy. So that's the opposite philosophy, you know. The project itself works trying to incentivize contributions to the project. But if you're using the platform and you also want to run a business of that kind, then you can develop your own strategies, test and deploy them, trade for yourself, and also you may want to create a network and let people connect to that network and follow your signals. And you can do that for free, or you can maybe run a subscription service.
Yeah,
at this point, it's not implemented, the subscription service in the platform. It will eventually, because someone will come and do it, maybe yourself.
There is infrastructure that has been implemented and not yet used about creating this peer-to-peer network I was mentioning. Okay, the peer-to-peer network node run different services. Each node runs different service. One of the services is a signaling service that allows the bot that you run in your machine to emit signals to the peer-to-peer network, to whoever are subscribing to those signals. Okay, and we have both type of different network, like an open network where anybody can subscribe to the signals for free, and we have permission network. So that means that you can create like a virtual permission network where you give certain user profile access to that network, and only those people can see the signals that you are emitting into that virtual permission network. Okay, So the only thing missing is that you will you will need to go and charge those people outside the system, because there's no implementation yet for an automatic charging of the stuff. But if you want to run that business and you want to finalize that and implement it inside the system, you can do it also, because the system is permissionless. Unless you are doing something harmful, which this is not, nobody's going to prevent you to send in a pull request that add that functionality. Okay. What else, guys?
So,
Please go.
okay. Is something implemented right now to notify a notification system, so like sending me a message on
Very
Telegram
good
or whatever?
question, yes. Initially, I implemented for a strategy to be able to notify via Telegram groups. Okay, so in the same place that you are defining your strategy, you can create one node that you specify the group channel ID or something like this, and the message you want to send, and the variables you want to be printed, and then send it to Telegram. After that, another guy came and implemented for Twitter, Discord, I don't remember, well, many of these. So yes, that is implemented, that is quite complete at this moment.
So there's support for Telegram, Discord, Slack, and Twitter.
Yes.
Basically, when you go to the trading system,
Julian?
Is it possible to optimize strategies with portfolio manager, or is it just up to single strategies?
Can you say it again? If it is
Can
possible?
you optimize strategies with portfolio manager? I mean, like rebalancing strategies or something.
Yes, that was what I was saying about this thing. But when I call portfolio manager, still I haven't seen people using it, because I know there might be some bugs there and nobody was talking about that. But theoretically, yes, it's implemented. I would say it's in an alpha state. Somebody goes and tries to use it, we'll find some things not working. We will fix it, and then it will be operational, and you will be able to rebalance and manage the different strategies from above. Like if you were the boss of a team of individual traders. Okay? Each trader is trading in one market, but you as the boss can define how much capital to allocate to each of these traders at any point in time. What else?
Actually, I have another question.
Yes.
Let's say I have already a trading system built on different package or something else. Can I send signals to Superalgos to execute it from this framework?
Yes. There is a feature called webhooks. Okay. It has been tested with TradingView. So if you make the right setup in TradingView and you trigger some whatever signal from whatever you have running in TradingView, then you can pick it here inside Superalgo and react out of that. Usually the mechanism is that some information is going to be recorded, and then it enters into the workflow of data mining. So that your own signal from other systems, you can transform it into indicators and then continue processing it forward until the level you want and consume it from your strategy. That is implemented. And as it is working from TradingView, it's really a generic mechanism of webhooks. So if in another system you control can produce the same kind of information, then you just change the URL and you point to some other system. Yes.
Do you have some kind of dashboard where you can list all the trades?
That is something that is incredibly is missing, because all the information of strategies is displayed either at the charts or in what we call what do we call it?
snapshots.
No, the trading engine. Okay, so we made a lot of effort in something that I thought was going to be very useful. That is the concept of trading engine. Don't take the name as too seriously, because probably it's better named like the trading memory. It's like you have the ability to see the memory state of the trading bot at each candle. Okay, and you can, by hovering your mouse over the charts, you can see on inside of the. Can you show that?
I don't have anything running.
Okay, but if you hover the mouse over each candle, you can say the state of the memory of the trading bot at that specific candle. So that means all the information the trading bot has, in which is going to be used to take any of the decisions that it might take. Essentially, all the information that are going to feed any of the condition or formulas of the bot. And that is a very powerful tool, but we spend a lot of energy doing that, and we left like a report-like information of what finally happened. Okay, well, it seems that people were prioritizing other stuff, and they left that behind, and there is still no report-like information of the whole execution with what happened exactly. You can see it anyway if you go to the last candle that you were executing. You can see it somehow, information, but not in the format of the report.
But you can export the snapshots in CSV files for every
Yeah,
trade.
there is another feature that we call it
Snapshots.
snapshots. But you can see that it exports a file for spreadsheet, where you can see the information until.
Basically, all the information that the trading bot generates for all the positions it takes are stored always in JSON files on disk. So you can load that up and visualize it in any other way, but the feature doesn't exist at this point to do that. But what we have is a process that reads the JSON files and exports a CSV file so that you can check it on a spreadsheet, for instance.
More questions?
So in terms of data export, is it easy? Can you, I don't know, if you want to build it quickly